just want to point out a key difference here. What you're saying and what central government is proposing.
Here's actually something where Julian actually does make a good point about, like, is fast track the answer? Because here's something that's happening, and it's happening in Wellington quite a fair bit, is the glut of empty commercial properties. And the empty commercial properties would be much better options that you could fulfill potential supermarkets versus building one from scratch. But also probably what needs to be done is how you deal with it. So I was part of a what was called a panel on the Wellington District Plan, chaired by, before she became the Deputy Mayor, Laurie Foon. And in that panel had foodstuffs in there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things hearing from foodstuffs was the problems they had was with district plans was it didn't take into account for things like delivery entrances and exits for trucks.
Yep.
So they would often, so they may have a consent declined because they haven't set, because they can't sit there and say, you know, have a side of the wall, a side to have your trucks go in and out of. That sort of thing, and that sort of stuff was in district planning rules. Now, that would be something that would be wise, that could be tied up, especially if you got a particular district plan rule that states that three sides of a road where a supermarket sits can't have has to treat all of it as stop frontage, not delivery access. Now a good example is in Wellington is the Woolworths, which was a well-designed supermarket, has the fact that they have a loading dock that you load in from Adelaide Road, you load out.
Yeah, I just want to point out a key difference here. What you're saying and what central government is proposing.
Yeah.
That panel, you had locals contributing to it.
Correct, yes. And the foodstuff rep was actually local.
So you had a platform.
Yes.
To talk for members of the public, to talk to corporations and business owners and stuff like that. With this, it's actually removing that. You know, you get the community on board, you get a panel, you get, okay, we go through all this, we iron out all the kinks and everything. The wrong way to do it is to not have that participation. There's a lot of, and it's really scary. And I think this is one of the key things, one of the key results of what happens when you have the public that's not getting out there and doing things like voting. It is basically what happens is that if you've got an apathetic community, it gives room for a central government to come in and go, we're doing this.